guys, welcome back. You guys, welcome to a new dragging video. We have so much to get through. There's a lot of dragging to get through, but first, let's get through Louis Vuitton honey, dragging the Neverfull, snatching her wig off honey, and cancelling her wig. So, this was like all over Instagram last night. Everyone was talking about it, like on the Louis Vuitton luxury Instagram pages and stuff, and of course in my Facebook group we were discussing it. FoxyLV posted it on her feed, then took it down, and then other Louis Vuitton CAs were posting it and personal shoppers were posting it. So in case you missed all the drama, first of all, go join my Facebook group so you wouldn't have missed the tea, boo-boo. You would have known everything that's going on. It's linked below. But in case you missed it, what's happened? So FoxyLV posted on her feed, I'll link her Instagram below so you can go follow her if you haven't already, saying that the Louis Vuitton Neverfull in a bunch of different finishes, like the monogram and the leather options, was no longer going to be like available for purchase directly. You're going to have to be put on a wait list. Where the horses at? Where the horses? Where the stables? You're going to have to be put on a wait list in order to get one. And there's some confusion at the moment whether you can still get one online. You can definitely get it online because it's on the app, but like long term, right? And by the way, this information sounds like it only is affecting North America, so the US and Canada. When I go to South Africa on my jaunt, and when I go on my European summer jaunts, honey, I will make sure that I ask whichever CA is selling me items. I will make sure that I ask my CA in Johannesburg, and I will go in Europe and I'll also ask when I'm buying something like, oh, like is the Neverfull available? Can I buy it to see if it's available for purchase? But allegedly in other markets, allegedly it is going on a wait list in North America. So you have to be put on a wait list and you can't get it directly. So we were all talking about it in the Facebook group. It was all over Instagram. Everyone was discussing it like, oh my God, what does this mean? Now, just to be clear, disclaimer, first of all, this is a rumor, okay? Big LV could be like, look girl, like the Neverfull is no longer on a wait list. Things might change. Things might, end up becoming very different. We don't know. But I think a bunch of people had posted it. So I thought, let me let you guys know. Obviously, I've just been traveling for weeks. And I had like a bunch of unboxings also from Louis Vuitton. You can go check them out. I have a Louis Vuitton unboxings playlist, by the way, now. So you can go watch all my Louis Vuitton unboxings together. So there was a lot of stuff going on in the Louis Vuitton universe. Obviously wasn't covering it because I wanted to show you the things that I had purchased from Louis Vuitton first. But now, boo-boo, we're back. So let's talk about everything and then we'll get onto the dragging portion after this. So why is this happening? What are my thoughts? I'm going to tell you what I think is happening. A lot of people are saying like the exclusivity thing. I think that's part of it, but I don't know whether that's like the biggest reason for it. The Neverfull is very, very popular. It's a cash cow. People love that bag. People love the Neverfull, honey. People who don't even care about Big LV, people who don't care about the brand, love that bag. You know how I feel about the Neverfull, so we're not going to talk too much about it. Kind of feel bad for the Neverfull, honey, because she got her wig snatched, honey. She got that wig snatched off her head. What do I think? I think this is about the following, and please don't be offended if you have the Neverfull. It is not a personal attack against you. I just want to do that disclaimer because we live in a sensitive internet age. This is about the fact that, in my opinion, I think a lot of people who buy the Neverfull are just come in once and buy and never come back. If you think about it, it's a very popular graduation present. It's a very popular present particularly for parents to gift like young adults. Like so for example, if someone's turning 18 or 19 or whatever, sometimes like mom and dad will be like, okay, I'm going to give you a Neverfull. Like it's a very, very popular present for those like big milestones. It's a milestone gift present. It's also a present that I see a lot of the times, like unboxings on Instagram and TikTok, like someone will be like a woman will be like, oh, I just gave birth to my baby girl, my baby boy, and I got a Neverfull to use like in my new new chapter of my life as a young mom or as a mom or whatever, right? It's a milestone product, right? To celebrate a milestone in someone's life, which is amazing and wonderful, and that's great. But I think Louis Vuitton's like, okay, those milestone people are not coming back. Like, they're not coming back to the boutique to buy other things. Louis Vuitton has a lot of stuff. I'm going to say some unpopular opinions, but boo! Louis Vuitton's pillows, I'll insert a picture here of this bad girl right here. They look better than some big H pillows, okay? Now, the problem is I have a cat, and my cat will see that pillow and be like, "Bruh, you're going to get these claws, honey." Okay? And I'm going to destroy them. I think I still need them. Whatever. So, like, Louis Vuitton is a lifestyle brand, but the people who receive Louis Vuitton bags or items as milestones might not see it as a lifestyle brand. And they must see something, and this is what I said in my Facebook group, they must see something in their profiles of the people who buy Neverfulls that says, these people do not come back to the Louis Vuitton Maison in any shape or form. Someone comes to buy a Neverfull to celebrate a milestone. I know there are many of you who have them, who are hardcore Louis Vuitton shoppers. We're obviously not talking about you, we're just talking about the many people who buy Neverfulls. They come to the boutique, they buy a Neverfull, they never return. So in a way, the CA cannot really do their job because they can't upsell that person. The person isn't coming back to the boutique. The person is just buying one Neverfull and then poof, like Casper, bye, bibbity bobbity boo. The person never comes back to the boutique. So I think that it's about that. Whereas the people who buy other types of handbags that are way more expensive are more inclined to return. If you think about the bags that Louis Vuitton considers iconic that are on the website, like when you click on the bag section, I'll insert a picture here so you can see what I'm talking about. When you click on the bag section, there'll be a drop-down menu. You'll see a bunch of bags. I won't list all of them because I'm not holding my phone, so I'm remembering from memory. So you see the Capucine, you'll see the Twist, you see the Poussin, you see the Dauphine, yay, the Queen Louis Vuitton, you'll see the Petite Mal. At the moment, they've put this square with the Kusama bags because, you know, they're pushing them so hard. But normally, where that Kusama square is, there is the exotic bags. Those are the bags that Louis Vuitton wants to push, and each of them costs thousands and thousands of pounds, dollars, shillings, euros to purchase. Thousands and thousands. Whereas the Neverfull is a very, you know, well-priced bag. I think in euro, I think the Neverfull, I'm trying to remember which size it is, but one of the sizes is like 1,400 euro. I think in the coated canvas. Like, that's a great price point, and that's a price point that many people can afford. And I think in addition to the things about exclusivity, the people who are maybe someone saving for a Neverfull, or maybe someone received it as a gift, that person's not coming back to Louis Vuitton to buy SLGs, leather or canvas, to buy lifestyle items, leather or canvas, to buy fine jewelry, to buy ready to wear. You know, is that person ever going to buy a trunk? Maybe one day, but maybe they're not going to buy a trunk like this year or maybe next year or something. We're just speculating, okay? Because at the end of the day, Louis Vuitton are going to do what they want to do, honey. A bunch of people are talking about this. This is my YouTube channel, boo-boo. I'm going to talk about what I want on my YouTube channel. I think that is kind of where we are. Bags are not the be-all and end-all. And I think that one of the things which I noticed, like when I was in London, is how much like the Louis Vuitton concession, particularly at Harrods, is so immersive. It feels like this like huge, luxurious like experience of, you know, the Kusama, like, you know, installations, and then you have like the perfumes, you have the SLGs, and then they have women's wear and men's wear on the first floor. This was the ground floor at Harrods, and it feels so immersive. And honestly, they have so many leather items on display, so many leather items. They are systematically like reinforcing that Louis Vuitton is a leather goods brand, but Louis Vuitton is a lifestyle brand. This is not a canvas brand that's, you know, based on, you know, the coated canvas, you know, background or whatever. This is a lifestyle brand. And in order to be a lifestyle brand, you have to be able to sell multiple products from different categories to clients in any brand, whether it's big LV, big H, big C, all of them. They need you to buy across their categories in order for you to be a lifestyle client. Something in their numbers, maybe, speculating here, says that the Neverfull client, maybe, generally speaking, because some of you have the Neverfull, don't moan and shout at me and say, I have the Neverfull, I buy everything. I know. But generally speaking, just make a generalization here, something is telling them that many people who are buying the Neverfull are not coming back to buy other items. Therefore, a CA spending effort and time and offering drinks and champagne and coffee and tea to sell a Neverfull is not profitable for that CA. Whereas someone might be like, okay, I'm gonna go there and buy ready to wear. I'm gonna go there and buy fine jewelry. Someone who buys Louis Vuitton's ready to wear and fine jewelry, when their other, particularly the ready to wear and the fine jewelry, because I feel like their ready to wear is it has a very specific taste. If you don't like those clothes, honey, a lot of the times the clothing from Louis Vuitton can be very muted. It can be very sculptural. Louis Vuitton's prêt-à-porter does not have a lot of color. It's quite muted actually, and it's quite sculptural, it's quite architectural, particularly for the women's portion of the business. Like, you're definitely someone, if you buy the Louis Vuitton ready to wear, if you buy the fine jewelry and you buy the heart-sided pieces, you're definitely someone who is a lifestyle client to them, because later on in the line they can try and sell you their exotics, they can try and sell you the objet nomade, they can try and sell you the super creepy ugly chair that we all hate, this chair right here. Everyone hates this chair. I've never heard from any one of you who told me you like this chair. Yet Big LV, honey, is shoving this chair down our throat. It was at Harrods as well. I was looking at this chair at Harrods like, boo-boo, who is buying this? But someone is buying this. Many clients are buying this. And the clients who are buying this are the clients that Louis Vuitton wants. Now, I also wanted to talk about another reason why I think the Neverfull might be, the Neverfull's been demoted, boo-boo, her wig's been snatched, girl. Another reason why is because the flow of sales to the CA is a really important thing if you think about it, right? So like, a lot of the times I think sometimes on YouTube we focus too much on like, okay, they only want people who have, tens of millions of dollars to spend every year. Yes, they do want people who have tons of money to spend. There's no question about it. They do want big spenders and things like that. But I do think that they also want people who are very loyal and who shop every month. So if you're someone who goes to Louis Vuitton once a month, you go there once every 6 weeks, you go there once every 8 weeks. By the way, insert Big H, Big C, and Dior, because I think that they are. I think Louis Vuitton, Big H, Big C, and Dior are all in the same market here in terms of trying to get the people who can spend a lot of money. If you're someone who can go every 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks to your home store in your home country, I do think that you are the person that they want as well, because you're someone who they can grow with you, they can nurture you, and they can suggest things to you. And that's also part of the job of the CA, is to suggest things like, oh, you might like this, what about this, why don't you buy this, why don't you buy that, and stuff like that. Whereas someone who just comes to buy a Neverfull for an incredible milestone achievement, that person cannot be upsold other things. Maybe the CA will try, oh, no, I'm just here to buy the Neverfull. I don't want to buy anything else. I don't have any other interests. And in light of the fact that luxury brands just want to focus on doing one-to-one spending, they want to give They want to give one-to-one customer service. It makes more sense just to focus on the people who are going to buy the items. This is just business, honey. It's pure mathematics. Why would you take your best employees to give top tier service to someone who's never going to come back and buy just one item versus servicing clients who are coming back every 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, buying across a wide range of things, buying things that maybe the CA really wants to sell. And so, some of you have told me like, oh, I wanted to help my CA and it also looks good on my profile. She suggested me I buy this. I was like, okay, fine, I'm gonna buy it and then I'll buy this for my husband, whatever. Like, those are the clients that Louis Vuitton wants. The consistent clients who are very loyal and who shop often, and the people who have the potential of becoming VIPs, and the people who can come in and spend 50K in one sitting, 20K in one sitting, 30K in one sitting. There are many of those people. But the people who maybe will just come once a year to buy one Neverfull and never come back again for like another 12 months or for another 2 years, I just don't think that Big LV wants to deal with those people moving forward. And that's just kind of my reading on it. I would love to know what you think about this. Please go join the group, because we were discussing this like literally like yesterday, and it was a lot of fun to discuss it. So make sure you go join the group. It's linked below. If you don't want to join the group, go follow my Facebook page, which is just literally look up Haya Glamazon, and then go find me on Instagram. I'm very active on there because I posted some of this stuff on Instagram as well. All right, now let's get into the dragging video. Let's get into the dragging, honey. Let's start off at Big H at Selfridges in London. This person's really, really mad and upset, and for good reason. There was a really long queue, I get it. We were waiting for 15 minutes. Then we asked an SA, she took our phone number and she said she'll send us a text. In 20 minutes we came back, we were still waiting. We sat and waited and waited and waited. After half an hour, we asked the SA. She said someone will come to us. 10 minutes later, no one came. In total, I waited 1.5 hours. This is not a luxury experience. I'll never come to this boutique again. But to your question, what's the point of taking the phone number if it doesn't work? I've read other people's feedback and it's almost the same. The solution is so obvious. Why not hire 5 to 6 SAs for a busy store? You're wasting people's time. And you're wasting people's time. This was an awful experience. Okay, first of all, I think we know why brands like Big H and Big LV and Big C do this. They do this, honey, because they first of all want to make it look really desirable, that you have to wait and stuff like that. I do also think this is like a tactic to weed out people who are not like serious shoppers, because if you love Big H, boo, you are going to sit there and you're going to wait, and it's going to be a very long wait. I did go to the Big H at Selfridges just to look around and browse, and there was a woman there being offered shoes. I mean, shoes are now quota bags at Big H, but yeah, it looked very robust. There were lots of people milling around. That particular Big H, they don't sell exotics because Selfridges doesn't allow exotics to be sold, but I did also go to Big H Harrods. I went twice. People wait, you know, so you put your name down, you queue, you wait. And I think that is something which many people who are not used to shopping at Big H and Big C and Louis Vuitton, that is not something which you are going to be used to. Now, with Louis Vuitton, it's a little bit different. With Big C and Big H, you have to put your name at the greeter, put your name down and wait. Now, Big LV, you can just walk up to someone and be like, oh, I'd like to buy something. But as you saw in my experience when I was buying the Rosalie coin purse, honey, at Big LV, boo-boo, unless you're spending a lot of money, they just don't care. At the Harrods, Louis Vuitton, in my experience, unless you're spending quite a bit of money, they're just kind of like, girl, bye, you know? So I'm not saying that it's right that they do this, but I'm saying that this is just completely common in the Big H shopping like world, I think. Particularly in London, where you have to put your name down. You're going to end up waiting for a really long time. The person saying, oh, you know, why don't you just hire more people? It's not about hiring more people. They want people to wait so that you feel like, oh, wow, I finally got my leather appointment, or I finally got my appointment. Not leather appointment, because I'm always thinking about Paris. I finally got my appointment to buy something. The next one is Big H at Harrods. Big H is getting her scalp dragged, like she's been dragged the whole time when I was on holiday. This is appalling service to say the least. My husband had a few hours in London for a business trip and he was close to Harrods. He went to Big H to get a specific gift for our son, decided to shop there for the girls too. The SA was rude, abrupt, and refused to answer simple questions with the excuse that she's busy with online orders and appointments. They had no other clients, so why can't he be served? He waited 30 minutes to get one item, after which he requested for a gift card. She claimed she had none and again told him she's busy with online orders and bookings. My husband was at a boiling point and said to her in a way that he wasn't going to take any more lazy reasons and to just go get the card. And guess what? He got it. I'm not sure if this was the same girl, but and I think they say something about the way the person looks. I won't mention that. Clearly, Harrods and Hermes do not care about these ongoing complaints and do nothing about it. I think there are a few things that I don't like about this dragging review. Again, after now being at Harrods, people end up waiting forever to get those appointments after they put their names down, whatever. Because basically it's like you put your name down, then you get a text. And the text will be like, okay, your appointment is now or whatever. So people end up waiting ages. I think that this person broke a cardinal rule of shopping at the Big H concessions in London, which is like, and definitely I think also British people don't lose their cool, honey. Brits are always cool under pressure. No one is gonna flip out over an appointment, whether it's the SA or whether it's a client. This person's obviously a tourist, they're just passing through and they're like, you know, why can't you get me the gift card? Why can't you get it to me now? Why can't you get it to me now? But that is not how things are going to be working in this particular concession of Hermes. And for those of you who've been to Hermes Harrods, it's next to Bottega. There's a Bottega concession. And then you walk through. I think into Louis Vuitton. It's very busy. There are a lot of people milling around. I think losing your cool and flipping out and being like, you know, her husband saying he wasn't going to take any more lazy reasons and just go get the card. I mean, girl, I know you're not shouting at someone working, just doing their job. Person's doing their job, you know, maybe you're new here and maybe you don't understand how things work there, but you have to put your name down and wait for your turn in order to purchase the item. It doesn't sound like this person put their name down. He wanted to just walk in there and buy it. That's not how it works there. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I'm a fan of doing things the way everyone else is doing it. I'm not special and better than other clients who are waiting. If I walk in there and I want to buy like a fashion bracelet or a belt, but there are 10 people ahead of me who are patiently waiting their opportunity and their turn, I'm not better than those people to be like, well, you know, it's just one thing, rah. Like, I'm not better than those people. And I think that's like the problem with a lot of these dragging reviews is people don't understand that this is like a very well-oiled machine and it's a very well-oiled business. It's not going to change for you. The SA probably just wanted to get rid of him because he was moaning and whinging. Borderline said to her he wasn't going to take any more lazy reasons, just go get the card. Excuse me, sir, I know you're not shouting at a woman now. Excuse me? Let's not go there, okay? Because this could get messy. Yeah, that's not cool. I don't agree with this. I don't agree with the way that her husband handled the situation. You have to do what everyone else is doing. You are not better and special and better than other people. Other people are waiting their turn to pick up items. You should do the same. The next dragging review is from Louis Vuitton, New Bond Street in London. I had a day in London yesterday and I went to browse and decide on what was my next purchase was going to be. After seeing a bag I wanted to buy, I handled the bag to see the purchase price and was very rudely told to put it down because their policy was to not handle bags unless I had an appointment. Obviously I wasn't dressed the correct way and I didn't look like I was oozing a lot of money to buy a bag. I will never come back to this store again. Maybe the staff need training in how to treat people. I had to put 1 star or it wouldn't let me post, but they get 0 from me. We've talked about this many times in a lot of the dragging reviews across the board for Big C, Big H, and Big LV and Dior. Something which I've noticed is like, it's not clear. The Chanel boutiques in Paris, like if you try and touch a handbag, like security's gonna run over and drag you by your skull, honey, and take your wig off. Like, don't touch. Same thing at Hermes. Hermes is like, don't touch things. The only thing that I've seen when I was at Sev was it was okay to touch ready to wear, but you don't touch anything else, and they don't like you touching things, and they don't want you to pick up things. They just don't want you to do it. And Louis Vuitton this is also true and accurate. I saw people say the same thing in a lot of other dragging reviews, like, oh, you're not allowed to touch, don't touch, kind of thing. But when I was at Harrods, lots of people were touching. At Selfridges though, actually no one was picking up items or touching, but at Harrods people were picking bags up from the shelf, picking items up. I tried on a bunch of sunglasses you saw and it was fine. However, I had already said, you know, I was going to buy something. This is not a good experience and I'm sure the person doesn't feel good, but I do think that you need to test the temperature when you're going to these stores and look to see if other people are touching things and if they're with like a CA or not. Because if you walk in, you start touching everything and no one's touching anything, yeah, they're going to come over and, you know, yell at you. It's not a good feeling. And yes, I'm sure if the person had dressed like a lot of money, they probably wouldn't have been dragged, but they would not have been dragged, okay? And that's a fact. The final dragging review is from New Bond Street in London. The customer service here is really poor. I can't even describe how I felt. A simple exchange for 1 size up. I think the person had bought shoes and we were told to come back another day as there was a 90-minute wait to see an SA. And by that time the shop might close. That's only after you've been assessed and let in by the world's most self-assured door opener. I suggested perhaps one of the 25 staff huddled together chatting about tonight's dinner plans might be able to open a drawer between restaurant venue recommendations, but like every other sensible suggestion, all I got was a robotic smile and not possible. I even called customer service in Paris and explained I'm in your shop, I want to exchange a pair of shoes. The response from customer service in Paris was, if the shop decides you need to come back another day, I'm afraid that's what you have to do, sir. Turns out if you stick to your guns, eventually one of the SAs will realize you're annoying the other customers and take a moment to do their job. I won't go back in. I definitely won't recommend anyone else go. The New Bond Street, Big H, is very close to Moschino. I never went in because there was always people trying to queue, trying to get in, people waiting for ages. I was like, oh, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to save all my energy for Paris. But something which I noticed about this dragging review is, again, like, you're going there to make an exchange. You're going to like a standalone boutique for Big H, in London, with a lot of people who are going there to spend a lot of money. You're not spending any money, boo-boo. Okay, so they're already tired. The bit about, hearing the essays, gossiping, saying how, they're planning to go to have dinner. They're probably going to be dragging you, boo-boo, at that dinner. They're going to be like, oh, that person didn't even buy anything. And they're moaning about their shoes. They're probably going to be sitting there laughing at the person. I don't think that people understand that this whole thing of waiting and waiting and waiting for an essay, it is the new normal of luxury shopping in 2023. The first time this individual went, there was a 90-minute wait. That is a movie, okay? I could put on a movie by Adam Sandler and watch it on the TV by the time that wait is finished. That is not something which many people can handle, and shopping at Big H specifically requires a kind of patience which I think many people who are maybe new to the luxury scene or don't know a lot about the luxury scene are not ready for and have not been acclimatized to. I'm not saying it's right, because you guys are always coming for me. You're always saying, oh, you're always defending them. It's not so much defending them, but I'm just saying Big H, honey, has her ways, and those are her ways. They did not want to deal with this person. The person wasn't buying anything. The person was just there to exchange something. They were tired of this person. And as far as they were concerned, boo-boo, this person can take their shoes and their wig and leave. Okay? The London boutiques, from what I saw when I went to London, is London reminded me of Paris, honey. Just everyone speaking English. It's pretty much the same as Paris in terms of the scene. People are very polite, that very crisp British politeness that we all love is there. But at the end of the day, if you're going there just to like exchange something, the world is not going to stop, boo-boo, at New Bond Street for you, just because you're going to exchange, a pair of shoes. And I think calling the Paris customer service line is a bit dramatic and a bit over the top. You're not buying anything, you're calling to have a moan and a whinge. The places that the service was not good was Prada at Harrods and Bottega, also at Harrods. To me it's like, whatever, who cares kind of thing. I don't really care about that stuff. That doesn't turn me off the brand. Maybe it's just like a bad location. It wasn't a great experience. Prada was like, there was like me and a married couple who were waiting to like try and buy some perfumes at the Prada concession. There is a beauty hall, I know, but they had the perfumes out there. And the Infusion de Riz is my favorite scent of all time, and that's by Prada. And it was like me and this married couple, and it was like husband and wife, and she was like really excited. She also wanted to pick up the perfume as well. And the essay was finishing with a client who was buying something. The client's finished buying, the essay disappeared, and just poof, disappeared. And me and the couple were like, is he coming back? And I was like, oh my God, I don't know if he's coming back. Milled around, and then finally I went over to this other essay, like, oh, hey, can you help me? Like, I'd like to buy some perfumes. And there was also the couple also waiting. And then she was like, oh, we don't have like them for sale. Like, they're on display, but they were finished at Prada. She was like, maybe you just go into the beauty. You can go into the beauty hall, but it's not connected to here, so we don't know if they have them. So Prada, boo-boo, you have perfumes on sale at the concession. If you don't want to sell them, you wouldn't have them there at the concession. So I don't want anyone to have a moan at me about that. You have perfumes at the concession that are on display, super beautiful, all of the different infusions. They are not available for sale. They've all finished, but you still have the testers out. You still have the things out. So people are trying them and are getting excited thinking they can buy them, right? And I went back, I told the couple, I was like, oh, they're not for sale. And the husband was like, they're finished. I was like, they're finished. And he was like, You know, like, I don't know. I think sometimes brands do that on purpose, you know, to tire you out. I actually really like Prada. And I've liked Prada for a long time, but Prada has also been dragged in a lot of reviews. So we'll be covering Prada getting dragged, Bottega getting dragged. Bottega's also been dragged in a lot of reviews. I won't bother telling you about the Bottega experience. It was just like, you know. So I think like shopping in department stores can also be hit and miss. I feel like it's so transient because they have so many people milling around and coming in and out of the boutiques, the concessions. Like they don't really care. I don't blame them because I don't expect the world to end just because I want to buy a Prada perfume. But like they have things on display that are finished that they're still actively advertising to clients, but they are not selling them. And I was just like, go, bye. Okay, they did the same thing at Louis Vuitton. They have the summer perfumes out. I was like, cool, I'd like to buy that. Like, it was finished. I'm like, but why is it on this one? I can't. Anyway, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this dragging video. Dragging videos are back, honey. I've got another one coming next week. So I really hope that you guys like it. Please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Go join the newsletter as well. Go sign up to my newsletter. You don't want to miss out on all the cool things that are happening. Everything is linked below. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about the Louis Vuitton Neverfull getting cancelled, getting dragged, and having her wig snatched, and what you think about the new dragging videos. And the dragging videos are back. What do you guys think? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon in my next video.